Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your man DJ Perfect, One for the Books Entertainment, based in Atlanta, Georgia, and I am going to talk to you today about let's do some better ceremony rigs, all right? Let's do better reception rigs, okay? So, I had the pleasure of providing a photo booth service for a client. As you may know, we do more than DJ services. We also provide photo booth services, lighting rentals, and monogram rentals. So sometimes I go out and I'm not the actual DJ. They hire another company, which is fine because on my days where I'm not DJing, sometimes I'm actually representing my brand by renting a photo booth. Sometimes it's lighting, sometimes it's other things, all right? This particular time, I'm not going to disclose the location or the date, but it was for a wedding outside of Metro Atlanta, about an hour drive from Atlanta. And there was another DJ as I was bringing in the photo booth, getting it set up. The ceremony was going on, so I could hear what was happening in the other room, hear the microphone from the officiant talking. And of course, I'm a supportive person. I don't try to critique someone if I'm not the DJ. A lot of times the DJ won't even know that I'm a DJ because I'm not one of those people just has to go up to the DJ and say, "Hey, what's going on, man? I'm DJ Perfect and blah 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 blah. Here's my business card or whatever if you need it." No. If by chance I end up having a conversation with someone and we get on the topic and they end up finding out I'm a DJ, cool. But I'm not one of those people. So anyway, I'm not overly critical either, but sometimes things just kind of jump out at you and you can't help but to, number one, feel bad for the client, number two, feel bad for the DJ and wonder if the DJ either has enough knowledge, enough experience, or knows how to resolve their issue. And we know that ceremony audio can be a big issue. It's probably one of the things that makes most DJs the most nervous when doing a wedding is the ceremony audio. Rocking a party full of people who are ready to party and probably been drinking, that's easy. When it's time to open the dance floor, that part is easy. But the ceremony audio, everyone is keyed in and focused on what they hear as well as what they're watching. They're watching the ceremony, but they're listening to everything that's being said by the officiant or anyone else. So if the microphone is cutting in and out, that can pose a big problem. Not just for the client, but also for you as the hired entertainer. So we all know that there's some things you kind of learn from experience. And hopefully the experience of this particular DJ that day made him aware of the problem, and maybe he went out and decided, hey, I got to spend more money on a better microphone system, or I have to have better placement. Get in the right position, make sure you have direct line of sight, especially if you don't have a strong quality microphone. But also where you're placing your equipment and the proximity between you and the person or persons speaking. I had a DJ give me a call not long ago, asked me my advice on you know, getting better ceremony audio. They were having the microphone problems of cutting in and out. So I suggested, hey, get a little closer, get your microphone, your receiver, elevated as much as possible over the guest heads. Number one, make sure that it's a quality microphone. Make sure you have good antennas if you can. Get the half wave antennas instead of the small quarter waves that they come with. So all those things, and even if you have to, get your receiver mounted on top. He was using a point source speaker. I use a column array speaker now myself for my ceremonies, but in his case he was using a point source speaker, speaker on a stick. And so I told him to put the receiver on top of the speaker. Called me back, told me it made a world of difference for him, and called to thank me. And so we have to share that knowledge and everything, and I was able to fortunately provide a little bit of inside information to this person, but I wasn't going to do it if they didn't ask me the question. And the question that he asked was, what did you think about my performance? Or well, before that he said, what did you think? Did you catch the ceremony? What'd you think? First of all, I was blown away that he even asked what I thought, and I think part of it was because he had heard about me before. So I don't know if it was through Instagram or YouTube or whatever the case may be. So he knew, he had heard my name, he had heard of DJ Perfect, and maybe he had seen some of my videos, followed me or something, and so therefore he felt it important to find out or get my opinion on things. Okay, so that always helps. You don't want to be that guy or that gal that that just pushes your opinions on someone who didn't ask you for your opinion. But if you ask me, I'm going to tell you. And I told him that was unacceptable. That mic was cutting in and out, and it was a handheld mic. Handheld mics usually provides a bit of a safety net if your lapel mic is acting up. So if your handheld mic is acting up and it was in the same room, it wasn't that far away, no more than maybe 50 feet away, there's no reason it should be cutting out like that. So I told him to invest, get rid of that other one, invest in the better one, cry once, spend the money, get a better, more reputable brand that you can rely on, that has a ton of great reviews, and use that. I told him how to place the receiver and the mic, and gave him a few other tips. So hopefully his audio will be much better, but also the reception, people end up dancing and everything, so that was great. But the sound system, it looked like some type of like home stereo system or something. And I'm thinking, everything is so much more accessible nowadays. Power speakers everywhere, even the ones that aren't considered top of the line would have been a lot better than what he brought to this wedding. So I'm hoping that he will invest in a better sound system, to provide better coverage. That he should have been able to fill that space easily. It wasn't some weird configuration. It was just kind of a open area, box shaped room, and one area over here, another area over here. But if you do it right, you should be able to cover both areas, and everyone should be able to hear everything very well. So anyway, said all that to say this: whether you realize it or not, people are paying attention to your setup. They're paying attention to the way it sounds. They're paying attention to your performance. And Whether or not you are trying to impress other people, it doesn't matter. You still make an impression, even if you're not trying to impress them. What kind of impression are you making?